A lot of times when you're taping, you could be using a high-quality microphone, yet when you listen back to your audio, you find that it sounds kind of tinny. A lot of that has to do with not the microphone, but the environment in which it was taped. In other words, say a gymnasium as opposed to a living room or a soundstage. You may find yourself interviewing someone with a lot of background noise. You don't want to use the on-camera microphone. You're going to pick up a lot of that background noise as well as the subject.
It's an open gym. It's good for the community. People can come out, have a good time, exercise, young and old. It's a good place to meet friends, have fun.
I would suggest using a handheld microphone. Have the subject hold it about chest level. You're going to hear more of the person you're interviewing and less of that background noise.
The purpose of this gym is for the community to come out, have a place where they can play basketball, have fun, exercise, and also meet some friends.
You may find yourself taping an indoor event. You can use your camera-mounted microphone, but you're going to pick up a lot of audience noise, people coughing and chit-chatting. One solution is to mount a handheld microphone in front of a speaker, but the best solution is, if possible, take a direct feed from the soundboard. But you need to be aware of the signal you take from the mixer. You can damage your camcorder if you take the line level signal from the mixer and plug it directly into the mic level input on your camcorder. One way to connect the camcorder to the mixer is to use a direct box that takes the output of the mixer and converts it into a mic level signal. Then you can feed that signal directly into the camcorder's mic input. If you discover a lot of background noise when you're doing your narration, you want to make sure that you find a spot that doesn't have a lot of noise.
It's been a banner year for the Point Pleasant Panthers. Point guard Patrick Lang led the team to their third straight district championship.
Now you could build a soundproof room, but that's going to cost a lot of money. The best solution is to use the closet in your house.
Three-pointers, burying 48 from behind the line. Here's what head coach David Franks had to say about that.
Let's say you're shooting a scene in a busy office and you don't want the microphone scene with your actors. Two solutions. The first one will be to use a lav mic. The second solution will be to use a shotgun microphone on a boom. Suppose you're taping an interview with multiple subjects. One way to get everyone mic'd evenly is to have the interviewer use a handheld microphone in front of each person as they speak. Another way is to have one lav microphone for each person that is being interviewed. If you use more than one microphone, you're going to have an audio mixer. You've just recorded that once-in-a-lifetime interview, and as you're listening back to the audio, you realize that there's the sound of a lawnmower in the background. Is there anything you can do? Well, if you have the right equipment, in post-production there are some techniques that will help you lessen the sound, but the most important thing to remember is to try and avoid that situation in the first place by choosing carefully where you are going to shoot. Be aware of the noises that are going on around you. Of all the suggestions I could give you on how to improve your audio, I think the most important things are, number one, be aware of your environment and any noise that is going on in the background. Number two is use the right microphone for the right situation, and whatever mic you use, make sure that it's close enough. And number three, and most importantly, always wear headphones so you know exactly what's being taped.
There are certain audio problems that are unique to shooting outdoors. In this segment, we'll cover some of those problems and how you can overcome them. One problem that you may experience when you're recording sound outside is not knowing what sounds you're recording. Even if you're fortunate enough to have a camcorder with audio meters that show the levels you're recording, they won't tell you what those sounds are. The only way to know is to listen through a pair of headphones. Otherwise, you might think you're recording my voice and actually record the sound of that airplane. Sometimes wearing headphones isn't enough. You need to wear the right kind of headphones. The open-ear variety of headphone with the foam covers are not adequate for outdoor shooting situations. Why? Because they allow sounds from around you to enter your ear. And you can't tell what sounds are being recorded by your microphone and which ones aren't. To get around this, use closed-ear headphones. These cover the entire ear and block out sounds that come from around you. You'll need to be careful though. Sometimes it's important to hear what's going on around you to stay out of harm's way.
Stop! Hey!
If you're recording your sound from an on-camera microphone and you're more than a few feet away from your subject, you'll need to be aware of the sound that's going on behind your talent. That on-camera microphone will pick up all the sounds equally and may even focus more on what's going on behind your talent than you'd like it to. It's a good idea to scout a location before you show up on the day of your shoot. And it's a good idea to scout it at the same time of day that you'll be shooting. For instance, a field that's perfectly quiet on a Wednesday morning may be harried with a sporting event on a Friday afternoon. Make sure to check that out in advance to avoid any audio surprises. Now that you've found a location that's suitable for outdoor shooting, you'll still need to deal with more subtle background noises. There are several ways that you might do this. First off, if there's something in the background that's making noise, like a wind chime that's being picked up by your microphone, it's relatively easy to eliminate the noise by taking down the wind chime. If there's something making noise behind you that can't be eliminated, it might be better to just rotate the camera and shoot from a different position. Now your microphone points in a different direction, and that sound maker is no longer an issue. One of the easiest ways to eliminate background noise is to use a different type of microphone. Instead of using the on-camera mic, use a handheld or a lavalier. Another problem that you're going to experience when you're shooting outdoors is wind noise. Sure, everyone loves a breeze on a hot day, but it can play havoc on your soundtrack. Wind blowing across your microphone makes an ugly thumping sound that'll just kill your audio. There are several ways that you can beat wind noise though, and you should be aware of what they are. First off, use a windsock, a little foam cover that fits on top of your microphone. This will cut down the effect of the wind noise, regardless of what type of mic you use. Sometimes your best bet is to block that wind altogether. You can do this by simply having a friend hold a piece of white foam core in front of the mic to keep the wind from blowing on it, or by repositioning so that you're standing next to a building or a car that blocks the wind for you. When you're shooting in the studio, you have control over every aspect of your soundtrack. But when you shoot outdoors, there's sound all around. You need to find good ways to control that surrounding noise. You need to choose a good location, pick the right mic type, use headphones, and eliminate wind noise. But sometimes, even when you've done everything right, all you can do is wait.